There were a range of different bands that we could have played with, but we looked at the costumes, and Zenova had costumes that we were interested in. From the States, we started putting down payments on the costumes, and it was me and 3 other masqueraders who were here, one of which has not played mask before, has not been to the islands, and is actually from Ghana. So she was very excited to play. So we paid about $600 for our costumes, and we came down and we didn't receive any costumes.
On arrival, I received an email from the band saying that costume distribution would take place on Saturday at 10 a.m. So Saturday we woke up, and around noon is when we actually arrived at the distribution site. However, upon arrival, we got there and the mass camp or the distribution site was closed. There were people lined up outside waiting for hours. There were people who were there from 7 a.m. because they never received an email. However, they arrived because the Instagram post that was listed on their page indicated that distribution would happen between 7 a.m. and 11 p.m. So folks, naturally wanted to come in early to beat the crowd, but unfortunately when they arrived, there were no employees there were no costumes being distributed. The distribution area looked barren, it looked empty. It didn't seem as though they received all of the costumes. The issue that transpired here, I believe that most of the costumes that they were distributing were being imported. And some people said that the shipping and handling was the issue. There are discussions about it being an issue with the port, with them declaring these items. I do know that when you are bringing in feathers and bringing in those things, you do have to declare them and you do have to pay a hefty price for them. So I'm not sure if that had anything to do with it, but I think the biggest quarrel for us as masqueraders, as clients who are paying for a service, we didn't receive quality customer service, and I don't think that ethical business standards were adhered in this instance. There was no point of contact. I still haven't received a formal apology about what had happened, and I think that's really dissatisfying, and it's unfortunate, especially for folks who are visiting Grenada for the first time.
At this point, we paid, the 4 of us masqueraders paid with our cards. So it's a little easier in that respect to maybe from our credit cards be able to get that refund from reversing the charge. And then they will do the fraud protection within the card companies to say what happened, but they usually give us our money back, and then they do the investigation. For the people who paid cash, I don't know how that's going to work for them, because they'll most likely have to wait for Zenova to refund that money.
So what I will say is we definitely were not quiet about this experience, hence my voice in its current state. And when we shared our experience with other folks who live here, they were deeply saddened by it and they apologized for it. And this is something that I don't believe has ever happened here based on what folks are saying. So everybody was just deeply, deeply concerned, and they did offer the, please don't let this dampen your experience. Unfortunately, we did not even want to participate in Mass at all. We didn't go observe Mass on Tuesday. We decided that we wanted to go spend time on the beach and try to relax and calm down because, we're really frustrated by it.
But ultimately, it's a portion of our trip that experience can't be had. The one person who hasn't even played Mass ever before, hasn't been to the Caribbean islands ever before, that experience is lost now in that respect. And on top of that, money not refunded while we're still in travel. So, it's also something that is not allowing us, to be able to use the money that we should have in our pocket. And then just the experience with Zenova, I would say. Not all of Grenada. I love Grenada. I think it's beautiful. From the moment I touched down, I love the energy, the vibes, just in a general sense, not even just for Carnival. So I will return either way. But that Carnival experience, I would never play with Zenova ever again.